When convicts attack the judge in courts. Now, who remembers that video way back when of the guy jumping over the stands to give the judge a hug? Not really sure what some of these suspects are hoping to gain from attacking the judge. I mean, unless they have a life sentence. You know, at that point, it's like, f it, I got nothing to lose. You know, might as well go out with the bang. Show the entire courtroom just how entitled you are. Show them how you don't believe that you should be serving any punishments for killing an innocent mother and her 3 children. For some petty-ass reason, most likely, too.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Well, there it is, the infamous video. Ah, speak of the devil. I mean, just look at that jump. How good was that? I wonder what he was convicted of for him to be crashing out that bad.
What's up?
Damn.
Go now.
Oh, okay, wow. Okay, no, so this is actually a thing. People actually attack the judge in court. I thought that infamous video was the only one. Well, I mean, that's the only one I've ever seen, at least. Again, not really sure what some of these people hope to gain from attacking the judge. Shit, man, your life.
This is Deobra Redden, who's facing charges for attempted battery in Nevada. 30-year-old Redden was arrested after he allegedly attacked a man with a baseball bat. He pleaded guilty and faced a possible sentence of 1 to 4 years in prison.
4 years, bruh. Really, who is this guy? This is the guy that hugged the judge? Over 4 years. Come on, gang. You just probably multiplied that sentence. I'm not really sure what I was expecting from some of these suspects. I mean, if they're dumb enough to land themselves in jail, they're obviously stupid enough to be doing shit like this.
At his sentencing, Redden had a calm and matter-of-fact exchange.
Okay, yeah, so this is the guy.
District Judge Mary Kay Holthus.
Oh my gosh, this poor lady. I mean, how could she have expected to have somebody leap like into her fucking area and try and take her out, bro? She thought this was about to be a normal last day at work.
Based on my criminal history, like I feel that like I shouldn't be like sent to prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I've actually just, I looked at it.
I mean, you lived it, I suppose.
I just looked at it, yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Holthus then reminded Redden of his criminal history.
And, you know,
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs.
Damn.
Got a lot going on, sir.
yeah, I just figured like,
Battery on a protected person, robberies, attempt home invasion.
No, his ass is up to no good. Judge, maybe 4 years was a little too generous. I mean, what the good is he doing being free like this? I'm thinking he needs to have his butt touched a little bit in jail. He'll never try to mess around like this after that.
Redden, who struggled with mental health issues like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, tried to convince the judge that he deserved a second chance.
I feel like I shouldn't be sent to prison, but if it's appropriate for you, then you have to do what you have to do. But I figured that, you know, if I'm in a better...
Yo, this guy seems so polite. And then you skip 10 seconds into the video and he's leaped onto the judge. Maybe he really does have schizo, whatever the fuck you call it.
Place in my life. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not, you know, I'm not out there committing crimes now, you know, and I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was.
But Judge Holthus was having none of it.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't.
I think so too, Judge.
This is when things got crazy.
Oh my God.
Redden launched over the courtroom bench and headed straight for Judge Holthus.
I mean, come on, bro. Schizophrenia or not, this is one impressive leap right here. This takes a lot of commitment. If he wasn't a damn thug, and if he didn't take life for granted, you know, I see him being recruited to the NFL, bro. And bro, where's the judge's security guards, man? Y'all need to get on your shit. Oh my gosh. Why are they blurring it, bro? Come on.
Eventually, deputies were able to restrain him.
Yo, what's going on? Is that the judge I hear screaming? Deobra Redden, what a fucking menace. If that's him wailing on the judge, bro, I do not see him ever seeing life outside of prison.
As alarms went off in the courtroom, people started to call for help.
My gosh, dude.
That's affirmative medical is requested. Judge's chambers.
Yeah, be advised. 515's got a big laceration to his head.
What is this, the police call?
It was later found that Redden allegedly punched Judge Holthus and pulled out parts of her hair. One marshal had to be hospitalized, and needed 25 stitches after suffering a forehead injury, as well as a dislocated shoulder. A few days later,
holy fuck, if I was that judge, I'm not holding back on his ass. Ooh. No, if I was the judge, his family members are feeling this. Swear to God. Are you dead ass, bro? Who the fuck does this piece of shit think he is? And then they want to blame it on a mental illness, yo. Like, fuck out of here, bro.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Redden was seen in court again, heavily shackled and wearing a spit mask for the sentencing of his initial assault.
Look what they put his ass in. Bro in the courtroom, but look like he's a CCOT inmate. I mean, they got his ass shackled down.
Good morning. All right, this is on for the continuation of Mr. Redden's sentencing. For purposes of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence. I was in the process of
Wait, what?
last week before I was interrupted by defendant's actions. All right, that being said, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court does now sentence you in addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee, $150 DNA fee, the $3 DNA administrative assessment fee, and $250 indigent defense fee, 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
Additionally, he faced 13 new charges for the attack on Judge Holthus, including attempted murder, battery, and extortion by threat. If convicted, Redden could spend decades in prison. Diabra Redden is a prime example of a convict acting crazy in court.
You know what? That judge was reasonably nice. I'm not gonna lie. She didn't hold anything personal against his ass. I could never, bro.
However, whatever a man can do, a woman can do better. Like in the case of...
Yo, narrator, what the fuck? Yo, get out of here with that bullshit, bro. Washing dishes, I get, but other than that, jokes. Jokes, guys. All jokes.
A woman can do better. Like in the case of Melissa Hardwick, who was in Russell and Wayne County Family Court in Kentucky for a domestic violence hearing. Melissa's...
Oh, Lord, look at that mugshot. Man, you can just tell she up to no good. I mean, this is a final boss right here. When their hair looks like they've just rolled out of bed and their face is as wrinkly as your ballsack, just know that's a fat addict.
Violence hearing. Melissa's ex-husband had filed a domestic violence order against her.
Your statements in your petition as part of your testimony, but I need you to tell me briefly, in your own words, what happened to cause you to ask for a domestic violence order.
Yes, Your Honor. Things have been escalating, I guess, since the first of the year, and Melissa's had a couple MIWs and a couple arrests, and she got out of jail in, I guess, April, and she started, we hadn't really had anything personal up until that point. She got out of jail in April.
He was explaining the situation when suddenly Melissa erupted.
My personal life is
your
business. It has nothing to do with
Miss Hardwick.
boys. No.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you become disruptive.
I don't care. I haven't done anything to this court. I haven't done anything to him.
She will be arrested for contempt of the court.
It doesn't make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of
Yes, ma'am.
She was arrested for
having the audacity to cuss in court. And this is the ex-husband accusing her of all these things, bro. Normally, it's the other way around. In this situation, she's the abusive boyfriend in the relationship. That poor husband, man.
Contempt and sentenced to 10 days in jail. This is when things got crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Go now.
Boy, that bitch is crazy.
Melissa leapfrogged towards the judge, but thankfully, court deputies stopped her just in time. However, that did not stop her verbal threats.
Oh my.
Wait and see.
Look at the judge.
Get my bracelet off the floor.
Melissa faced
Dude, the judge just looks disgusted with her.
additional criminal charges for her antics.
A new judge will have to be appointed to represent because she will be charged criminally for the threats that were made in open court today.
Eventually, Melissa was sentenced to 120 days in prison for her outburst. While Melissa Hardwick got off easy for her antics in court, how does it compare to spitting on a judge? Like in the case of 30-year-old Bass Webb, who's in court on attempted murder charges.
Yo, this Johnny Sins looking ass motherfucker right here. Wow, spitting on the judge, the audacity. Now, he has got to have been charged with a life sentence, right? Because if he's doing some petty shit like this over like 4 or 5 years, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm telling you, bro. Dumbass fucking suspects. It's like they want to go to jail.
CCTV footage outside a Kentucky jail showed Webb, a former inmate who spent 3 months there on assault charges, intentionally hitting 2 prison workers with his car. While one guy managed to dodge it, the other was not so lucky. Webb was arrested and produced in court before Judge Vanessa Dixon.
Let me get this straight. He just did 3 months. The minute he got out, he ran over 2 workers from inside the prison. He had a boyfriend behind those bars. No other explanation, bro. He was looking for an excuse to get back in there. And frankly, a big, black, touchy cellmate is the only thing that's popping up in my head right now. That's the only solution.
Yes.
Yes.
Since she knew the 2 jail employees beforehand, Judge Dixon decided to recuse herself from the case.
There's no way I'm going to try this case or have any further proceedings, or I have to see you for one further setting.
But what Webb did next shocked the whole courtroom.
Set preliminary hearings next week.
Bro.
Webb literally spat on Judge Dixon,
That's
clearly
so
taking her by
gross.
surprise.
Charge me.
After initially dismissing him, Judge Dixon brought Webb back,
Oof.
charged him, and threw him out of the courtroom. Nevertheless, this is not the end of Webb's defiance of the law. While awaiting
Come on, man. If I was a deputy, I would have necked the shit out of him. Just bam. Swear to God, bro. That's how you become the judge's right-hand man right there.
trial, Webb started a riot with other inmates inside the Fayette County Detention Center. Webb was shot with beanbag bullets and even hit in the neck with a pepper ball.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it, bro?
In retaliation, Webb swung a metal telephone box at a corrections officer.
Oh, yo, dumbass. Yo, dumbass, bro. Just give him the life sentence, bro. People like this deserve to be put out of their misery. I mean, what good is he doing for this world? Even when he's in jail, you still gotta take care of him, bro. That's too much maintenance. Kill his ass, bro. Death sentence. I doubt that he has any family that cares for him anyway.
He was charged again for his actions and sentenced to 15 years in prison.
That's too light, bro.
Accept the jury's
That's too generous.
recommendation of 5 years on count 1, enhanced to 15 years pursuant to the persistent felony offender of first degree.
Additionally, Webb was convicted of attempting to murder the 2 jail employees and got an additional 37 years, facing a total of 52 years of prison time. During this time,
Yeah, that's pretty much life behind bars. But he's getting what he wanted, though. That's the part that bothers me, man. Y'all should have killed him.
new evidence came up linking Webb to the unsolved murder of his ex-girlfriend, Bria Runewitz. While incarcerated, Webb had bragged to a detective about murdering the 32-year-old. To escape the death penalty, Webb pleaded guilty and got an additional 50 years in prison. Now, if that wasn't enough, 5 years later, another cold case came to...
Is this the same guy? Big bro came back like, what is this, Cholo Walter White look? You could get tats in prison? I didn't know this shit.
...to haunt Webb. This time, he was charged with the murder of another ex-girlfriend, Sabrina Vaughn. This time, Webb appeared in court with a sinister tattoo on his head. It had a...
What does this shit say? Hold up. Something judges, call something, call cops, the media, rat 1, rat 2, rat 3, and moral of this tattoo, he's dumbass. Absolute buffoon.
...murder hit list of all the people he intended to kill, including all judges, all prosecutors, all cops, the media, 3 rats that had been crossed out, and many more. Webb was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility...
Still no death sentence. Come on, bro. Put him out of his misery. How does this shit make sense? Maybe it's because of the state he lives in?
...of parole after 25 years.
You have found the defendant guilty of the offense of intentional murder.
They had to blur this motherfucker's tattoo. Let's get it, bro. Knowing him is probably a big ass dick on his head or some stupid shit like that. Or a Schwarzenegger, however you say it. And possibility of parole after 25 years is absolutely insane, bro. Y'all are buttering him up too much.
While Bass Webb's audacious acts in the courtroom shocked everyone, how does it compare to elbow...
I'm gonna just leave the video off here, man. Honestly, the main takeaway from this video, some of these courts need to tighten up. For real. They're too soft. Y'all let me know what y'all thought the craziest case was in this video. And other than that, man, road to 10K, obviously. Come on, bro, sub up. I keep saying let's make it big together, but really, I'm the only one making it big. We'll just go off that, man. Please, guys, make me big, bro. I gotta feed my kids, man. With that being said, man, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, bro. Peace out.